Good evening. This is the post-game press conference for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 Asian Qualifiers second round game between Japan versus Iran. Japan beat Iran 96-61. Here we have Iran head coach Saeed Armagani and player Behnam Yakchali. So may I ask you to switch off your mobile phones. The press conference will be conducted in English. Now I'd like to start by asking both of you how the game was. First, Coach, can you give us your comments about the game?
Thank you. First of all, I have congratulated the Japanese team because I believe they played really good game. We prepared for this game because we knew that how Japanese player can shot from outside and how they can play good one-on-one and how they can share the ball very well. And we prepared against this game, but unfortunately during the game we couldn't do our job as well as we planned. And in another hand, I believe that Japanese team shot very well, especially out of three-point line. They made 45%, almost 46%, and made 17 three-point shots, which is very good. And many times we were above that shots, and they also made it even almost from half court. So they played very well, and that's why I think we couldn't catch them up and came back to the game and congratulate for that.
Thank you. Mr. Yakchali, can you also give us?
First of all, congratulations to Japan team. We knew that it's going to be a tough game for us. As coach said, we didn't follow our game plan. We played so soft defensively. They scored 17 shots from three-pointers, and to me, it's a record. 17 three-pointers is too much. We couldn't stop them, and also they had 15 rebounds more than us, which helped them to take the lead. I have to mention that we missed Ahmed Haddadi. We missed him, and it was an opportunity for some young players to play. I think we will get better game by game. So now it's really important for us to forget this game and move forward and get ready for the next game against China.
Thank you. Now we'd like to ask for some questions. Does anyone have questions in English, please? Yes, please. Thank you.
Kaz Nagaska, freelance. I have a coach for coach. Obviously, you guys didn't have Haddadi. How difficult was it for you guys to play without this guy?
Without Haddadi? Yes. As Behnam told already, that Haddadi is a great player and helped us a lot because of his size and because of his knowledge of basketball he has. But unfortunately he injured and we couldn't have him. But I believe that we have to learn that how we must play basketball without Hamed, and that was the first step, and we have to work on and to find out that how we can develop our basketball without Hamed.
It was obviously a tough loss for you guys, big loss. But did you take any positives out of today's game? Because I assume you used a lot of younger guys as well. So do you see any positives out of this game?
Yeah, positive side as we talked about, that we are trying to change our generation, and I believe that some young players got the possibility to go to the court and feel how tough is play basketball against a good team in a high level, and hopefully we can make this advantage to to teach them and to understand them how they have to work hard to develop himself and to catch this level.
And last question, you guys play against Japan so many times since like 2 years ago or something, and what kind of differences do you see in this team since the first time and today?
Yeah, I think the style is same, but maybe the size was changed. So now they start with three big guy, and I believe that number 24, Hawkinson, is really good and good matchup for a Japanese team. And with him, they can put two more tall players to the court, and it made difficult work for us to play against Japan.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, please?
This is Toshiki Takizawa from Basketball 241. For Coach, you mentioned Japanese players and three-point shooting. So how do you feel about that? Was it difficult to stop it, or how do you feel about that?
It's always difficult to stop that shots. We had planned for switching on pick and roll and on screens, but we didn't do it aggressive enough, and that was the problem. So we ask all the time in timeouts, in halftime speech, that we have to be more aggressive. We have to be close to them. Don't let them to make a open shot. But sometimes it works, and sometimes it didn't work. So, but I have to tell that sometimes they made, even when defense was above the ball, and the defense was good, but Japanese team made also these three-point shots. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions, please? If there are no more questions, I'd like to conclude the first part of the press conference. Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Mr. Yakjali. We'll be back soon with Team Japan.
Thank you. Thank you.
English or Japanese?
First English.
Like, you don't need a translator.
Welcome back to the second part of this post-game press conference. We now have with us Japan head coach Tom Hovis and player Josh Hawkinson. First, coach, can you give us your comments about the game, please?
Yeah, I thought we played our style of basketball for pretty close to 40 minutes, about 38 minutes, which after a short camp, I wasn't sure we could do it for that long, but we did. And we got all 12 players involved. Everybody that came in did their job. It started on the defensive end. We won the rebounding as well against a really good Iran team that rebounds very well. So I felt like we played. That was probably the best game we've played in the year and a half that I've been here, from start to finish. I think we can obviously get better and better, but Josh's debut was amazing. Kanechika's debut was very good as well, amazing. And we just fed off of each other's energy. So I thought it was a great win for us.
Thank you. Josh, can you also give us a comment about the game?
Yeah, I think just as a player, it was, a really fun experience. You get to play against these guys in the B League, against them, but you don't get a chance to really, play with them and bond with them. So just being on the court together makes my job easy, just being surrounded with shooters. So, just making easy reads and following, Coach Tom's guidelines of how to run the offense. It just makes it, really easy. I think the first half I was a little tentative, not really sure, should I do this, should I do this? But I think when it got into the flow of it and just kind of trusting my teammates, trusting, the style of play, is when we really started to gel and to play well.
Thank you. Now I'd like to move on to some questions. Does anyone have questions in English, please?
英語できないの？英語の質問。No. Shy.
Any questions?
Tsushik Takizawa from Basketball News 241 for Josh. So congratulations on first national team game. So what was your mindset coming into this game? Last night or this morning or?
It's a short window, playing in the camp. So I'm just trying to, find my, where I fit in. And I think this camp has just been, a lot of talking with Coach Tom to, using my strengths within his offense. And, we did a lot of talking as to, in this case, what should I do? And so, we're still trying to work out the kinks in that. But I think, just trying to find my strengths as a basketball player and how they fit in with, his style of play.
So how was your performance? You got 17 points and 11 rebounds, double-double. How was your performance today?
I think it was pretty good. There's obviously some things I think I could have done better. I think, a little better defensively and running the floor a little bit more to create opportunities for some of my teammates. But as far as the debut, I'm happy that we were able to get the win. So that's just my job, is to, do whatever it takes to help us get the win.
Last question. How did you feel about, playing with Togashi or Kawamura, league's best point guards? So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it's amazing because, we really don't lose any steps when, we have 3 really good point guards. And, when one subs in, another comes out, that they're going to bring the energy defensively and offensively as well. And, they're all really good at making reads. They all can shoot, so they all can do everything pretty much. So just developing that compatibility between each other in the pick and roll has been fun this past week, finding areas where I can, get in the sweet spot for them to pass me the ball, and just communicating what I like to do, what they like to do. It's been really fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. In the front, please.
Kaznagaska Freelance. I have a question for both of you guys. First off, for Coach Hoff, and talk about Josh, who's sitting right next to you. But you know, he made some dunks and hit threes, and you know, he even made a floater.
Yeah.
So he did it all this year in this game. So, but can you talk about one specific element that he brings to the table for Team Japan?
Yes. So he can do all of that. He's a great passer, and I think that's probably what really hurt Iran. So Josh, if he gets the ball near the elbow, which is what he likes, which is some of the communication we had, like where do you like to get the ball? Where are you comfortable? We did a lot of two-man game with empty corner, so it's putting pressure on their center, and he's really good at making reads. So if he's playing a two-man game with Kalamura and he gets a great pass from Kalamura, he can crab dribble and shoot, or he can look opposite to Suda and Hiejima and Kanechika, and we have shooters everywhere. So it was a really, I think we kind of flipped the tables on Iran, because Iran does that to teams. They do that. Haddadi wasn't there, but when Haddadi's there, he attracts so much attention, and he's such a great passer that it's really hard to defend. And we kind of did that a little bit today. We kind of took a play from their playbook a little bit.
Talk about Hugh Watanabe as well. I mean, he gave a lot of energy with his offensive rebounding. So
yeah, so we had the staff and I, we had a long talk yesterday, because Kawamata's been playing great. Kawamata's been playing fantastic. But we decided to go with Hugh because of his energy and his offensive rebounding. We wanted to just have him come off the bench and just go get rebounds, just like Kazemi does for Iran. And we wanted to kind of negate Kazemi with Hugh's explosion, you know, on the offensive glass. And so that was his job today: play good defense, rebound, and go get the offensive glass. So I thought he did fantastic. Everything we asked him to do.
What do you think of his jumping ability? I mean, he not only just jumps high. I mean, he jumps repeatedly. Hughes.
He's quick. He's a quick jumper.
Yeah.
So a lot of great rebounders are quick jumpers. So they can get up quicker than their opponent. I think guys like Dennis Rodman is a good example. He was a quick jumper, and he timed it well. So we tried to make it simple for Hugh today. I didn't want to put too much like on offense. No, just keep the ball moving, and then if you get the ball in the low post, go score and go get rebounds. It was fantastic what he gave us today.
Thanks. For Josh, this is a question similar to what I already asked you, but when you step onto the court today, what was going through your mind? Because to me, you seem a little nervous. I don't know.
Yeah, I was a little nervous in the first quarter. You know, I didn't really know like what to expect, and you know, we had practice and stuff, but it's different when you step on the court. You know, kind of how your role is. So I think I was just trying to do a little bit too much, and once I let the flow of the game come to me, and you know, we were able to get a little more of a rhythm, and that's when we started to, you know, really take advantage of that.
Like I said, you did it all, making threes and dunks and floater, everything. So, but what was your highlight that you think was the highlight today?
Highlight?
Individually, of course.
I think my favorite thing, you know, I was talking to Hugh earlier, and I said when me and Hugh are on the floor together, you know, you're probably going to be the cutter. So, you know, we got the mismatch in the low post. They forced him to double, and Hugh made a great cut baseline. And, you know, I was able to find him for the dunk, and I think that really brought the energy into the arena, and all the fans really got excited. And so I was really excited, you know, for him just to, you know, have that thunderous dunk that, you know, brings out the energy for everyone.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. The front, please.
Good answer. That's a great
Hi,
answer.
my name is Masatoshi Kuwahara from Kyodo News. I have a question to Josh. Japan, the rebound has been a weakness of Japanese team since like always. But today, we made more than 48 rebound. Then it's over Iran team. Then we win, like Asian rivals. So what kind of energy under the goal could you bring to Japan? What do you think?
I think Coach Tom's done a really good job of emphasizing the rebounds. And, you know, we're just emphasizing that it's not on one person to get every single rebound. So it's not, you know, 100% on me to get all the rebounds. Obviously, I'm a big part of that, and I'm, you know, one of the tallest guys, so I'm being counted on to rebound a lot. But it's a five-man solution. Everyone needs to tag up. Everyone needs to do their responsibility, because all it takes is one person to miss a box out to give them an offensive rebound. And especially with this game, you know, they're, you know, one of the best offensive and defensive rebounding teams in Asia. So we really wanted to stress to win the defense and offensive rebounding battle today.
Thank you.
Hoba-san,
Yes.
yesterday you mentioned that you have two big men in this team. Then you mentioned Ganbatte for rebound.
Yes.
Then how did you evaluate the rebounding?
Yeah, I thought it was great. Josh did a great job on the glass. Hugh did a fantastic job on the glass. One of my favorite rebounds today was it was right in front of our bench. It was kind of a jump ball. I think Kalmuta tapped it, and a couple people tapped it, and nobody gave up. There were 4 or 5 of us, and we ended up getting it. It was just a team rebound, and those are the things you like to see, because everybody is buying into what we're doing and really focusing on what we need to do to win a game.
Thank you. Next question, please.
You remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a good one, right?
This is for basket count.
Yes.
I have a question. So, like last year, Japan always have like a disadvantage for the inside, but now Jose is coming, Hugh is coming, like Kanechika, all of 3 guys, they have very athletic, long, and very high jumper. So what do you think about now? Japan has more can take advantage in like an inside game or like a physical or athleticism?
I hope we can continue to improve. I really do. Today, you kind of see when you have a center that draws attention. They were doubling him from the first quarter. They were doubling him at the elbow. They were doubling him in the low post. So that just opens up everybody else, and that opened up Hugh on cuts. That opened up other players. It's a small shift, right? So now that we have somebody, well, don't get me wrong, Luke has been fantastic, but they weren't doubling Luke, but they're starting to double Josh. So it's putting their defense in bad positions, and today we were able to take advantage of that. We haven't had that yet, and it was kind of fun to see it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions in English, please? If there are no more questions, I'd like to conclude the post-press conference. Thank you,
Thank you.
Josh. Thank you, Coach.
right.
This is the end for the post-game press conference.
Hi. And then
Thank you.
Japanese.